Welcome back. Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm Maria Bartiromo. Thanks for being here. It is Friday, August 18th, and it is 7 a.m. on the East Coast. Time for the hot topic of the hour. House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan has subpoenaed the Justice Department and the FBI for documents showing conversations between the agency's private companies and other third-party groups, alleged showing big tech collusion. In a letter to AG Merrick Garland, Jordan writes this: numerous documents that have been made publicly available reflect the weaponization of the federal government's power to censor speech online, directly and by proxy. It is necessary for Congress to gauge the extent to which DOJ officials have coerced, pressured, worked with, or relied upon social media and other tech companies to censor speech. Jordan demanding that the agencies turn over response documents next month. Daniel, we know what happened here because of the release of the Twitter files. We were told 1,000 people in government were working with Twitter and other social media companies to tell them what was true and what wasn't true. Turns out that when they were telling the social media companies to suppress information about the Biden laptop, it was all lies because the Biden laptop was real and authentic. And, of course, a treasure trove of information about influence peddling of the Biden family.
Maria, they intentionally were deceitful in communicating what was actually happening. Look, in the end, it's deliberate and aggressively so to censor. The principle at play here, Maria, more than anything, is that when you diminish one voice, you're enhancing another voice. And whose voices are you enhancing? It was that of the government over that of individual Americans concerned about their safety, concerned about what was happening to each one of them, their neighbors and their communities that they live in. It is a direct violation of our First Amendment, and good on Congressman Jim Jordan for taking this on and making sure that these folks are held accountable so that this does not happen again and we don't have a repeat of this violation.
Yeah, Chairman Jim Jordan is also subpoenaing Citibank for documents for the House Judiciary and Weaponization Select Committee's investigation into the major banks sharing Americans' private financial data with the FBI without legal process transactions. In a letter to the CEO of Citigroup, Jordan writes that the documents show the bank, quote, may have shared customer information with federal law enforcement despite the customers having no individual nexus to criminal conduct. Jordan also says that the documents reveal a Citibank representative was included on emails and Zoom discussions organized by the FBI, Francis. This is just incredible. This is what happened over the January 6th situation as well. You had Congress wanting, going directly to places like AT&T, telecom companies, wanting information on lawmakers. Yeah. They just go right to the companies, demand information, and apparently Jim Jordan's writing to Citigroup alleging that Citi gave it up.
Yeah, what country are we living in? This is so insane. I can remember thinking to myself after January 6th, oh, thank goodness I wasn't in D.C. That just, coincidentally at that time, because I realized that, credit card statements and debit cards, we have no privacy anymore. I mean, the technology makes that very difficult. But these, I wouldn't do business with Citi for doing this. I would never have an account there. And I think Americans are starting to really have a lot of distrust in these different corporations. I've never downloaded the TikTok app. It's just because we have to, at some point, just say, OK, we're not going to support these efforts to undermine our privacy and completely unnecessarily. It's just so egregious. And I think Jordan's saying that, the DOJ has only thus far presented one document. Oh, my goodness. I mean, the hubris continues. I really think there should be a poll on hubris for candidates and just see. It's just so nuts.
It's outrageous. It's outrageous, and it is a complete violation of our liberties. I totally agree. We're going to keep a spotlight on it for sure.